how COVID-19 was eradicated from the world? Good morning, my name is Lina, and I am a reporter this time. I will tell you about what COVID-19 was and the fight to eradicate it from the planet. The coronavirus, later named by the WHO as COVID-19, was a deadly virus that was initially detected in the city of Wuhan, China, at the end of 2019. The virus was discovered by the country's doctor and authorities after learning that in different markets and squares in the city sold animals for food. The authorities and the doctors were able to deduce that in the squares that were in the open fields, they did not take the necessary sanitary measures, and in that these animals when consumed transmitted and kind of virus. People began to get sick and to have respiratory complications. The medical authorities had to investigate what was happening to people in Wuhan, and after a study they discovered that it was a highly dangerous virus and especially contagious. After a time, the numbers of contagious with coronavirus began to increase considerably in the city of Wuhan, for which the authorities of this country decided to take action to prevent the spread of the virus. The authorities entered a period of health emergency and decided that everyone should enter a period of quarantine and social isolation should be met. Concerned people decided to evacuate the place that was the focus of the virus and decided to go from Wuhan to other nearby place where the virus had not yet arrived. Many people went to other countries with the hope that in those places there was no rise. What people ignore is that the virus had asymptomatic characteristic and after 15 days complications occurred. So many people were unaware that is were infected, and when they left the countries they spread the virus throughout the world. Concern about the health that had when given to the virus, the WHO declared the virus a pandemic and forced the governments of the different countries to adopt measures to avoid the infection and stop the COVID-19. The means of transportation were the main routes through which the virus entered the different countries. The people having traveled to different parts of the world ignored that they were infected by COVID-19, spread the virus throughout the globe. Quarantine and social distancing were imposed in most countries affected by the virus. Many people lost their jobs, several companies closed, went bankrupt, colleges and universities and several places also closed. Everything had to be done from home during the quarantine time. The doctor and scientists finally, after many tests and examination, found in 2035 a possible cure and decided to propagate in individuals with COVID-19 to examine what result in them. When the test began after a rigorous study of the patents and improvement was uttered and the first time people saw a ray of hope. Finally, in 2038, a way was found to improve treatment, and it was decided to do the same again and treat the new drugs in people with COVID 19. The results were positive and people seemed to recover. In the year 2040, the treatment was removed and as a cure and shared with the world. The cases decreased and disappeared completely. The virus was thoroughly eradicated in 2015 and life returned to normal. The COVID 19 or coronavirus was a pandemic that claimed many lives throughout the world, which generated many negative aspects, but thanks to the hard work of the authorities and doctors around the world, it was eradicated in 2015. Thanks.